A judge has told Sir Paul McCartney he must pay Heather Mills £24.3 million. The details are the settlement will be published, but Heather Mills has said she'll appeal against that. Ayesha Vardag is a divorce lawyer and joins us now. Thank you for joining us on Afternoon Live. Your reaction to what we've heard about those figures today?
It's interesting. It's roughly what we were thinking of, but it's at the lower end of that band, probably. It includes an amount that of about £8 million that she's retaining, and the rest is a payment over to her. It might well be that if she hadn't made the choice to represent herself in person and had the expertise available to her to combat the evidence brought by Sir Paul's team about the asset base that he had, of technical expertise that a lay person would find it quite difficult to go up against, that she might have done better. But it's still not a bad platform to go off from.
£100 million less than she wanted.
It is indeed, yes, and it's far closer to what Sir Paul wanted, which was around 16. So I imagine that he won't be feeling very, very unhappy today. And while Heather Mills is very much put on a brave face and said that she's very pleased, it's certainly a long way from what she wanted.
Now, she has or will be appealing against the decision to publish the decision, as it were. Why do you think that is? It
may be that comments which I understand the judge to have made about her overspending during the period of separation, for which there may be a deduction from the amount that she actually gets, having spent it already. Maybe that she's not very happy about those, and that she feels they won't enhance her image. It may be concerns about security for Beatrice if too much is known, and I understand that that may be the argument that she's running. But we won't really know what she didn't want to come out until, if we do, we see the judgment.
What impact will this ruling have on future divorce cases, if any?
It's not actually a terribly significant case from a legal point of view. It underlines the principle that you don't carve up all of the assets of the marriage if they were acquired before the marriage. Pre-acquired assets are left out of it if the parties' needs can be met with a smaller amount. So it makes clear that you have to be there all the way along. You have to build it up as a partnership in order to really get a share of what's there, and otherwise you're only going to get an amount that's going to meet your needs. But those are very well established legal principles. So apart from the personalities involved and the money involved, this isn't actually a particularly significant case from a legal point of view.
As far as Sir Paul's assets are concerned, interesting difference in the amounts that the judge and Lady Heather thinks that he's worth.
Well, that's right, and that's where you come into the sort of nitty-gritty, where a lay person can not do so well representing themselves, because he will have brought a team of experts and accountants to demonstrate, and valuers to demonstrate the value of his assets, and she won't necessarily have been in a position to bring hard evidence, hard technical evidence to combat that. So she's been telling her story, but she hasn't necessarily had the full armoury with which to do that, which was obviously a choice that she made in going in person.
And a final thought, £600,000 is what she says it would have cost for her lawyers to represent her in this final hurdle. Could be that it was a false economy for her.
It would have been money well spent, I think.
Okay. Ayesha Vardag, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We'll have more on that story throughout the rest of